Hi, today's video is intended for anyone and everyone who wants to improve their written English and spoken English skills. In other words, it's intended for anyone who wants to improve their power of expression in English. There are many people who have this misconception that the more words they memorize from a dictionary, the better they can speak or they can write. Well, that's only partially true. It's true that you ought to have a good stock of vocabulary in order to speak or write in an effective way. But at the same time, you must know how to use the words appropriately in sentences. Mere knowledge of the meaning of a particular word is not going to help you to a great length. It's because in English, different words are used in different ways. There are multiple words or pairs of words in English with more or less the same dictionary meaning, yet they are used in different ways in English. So we ought to have good knowledge of these words or these similar words. Today, I am going to present 5 such pairs of words, the meanings of which we know very well, yet we do not know how to use them appropriately in sentences, and that is the reason we do not use them as we ought to use them. So let's get going. Let's look at the 5 pairs of words. My first pair is addicted to or devoted to. See, these 2 words, they lead more or less in the same direction, yet they are used in different ways. Both of these words mean more or less the same thing. Yet can I say, see, my hobby is reading novel, but can I say I am addicted to reading novels? No, I cannot. The term addicted to, the word addicted is used in a bad sense, and that's the reason we talk about addicted to gambling, addicted to drinking, addicted to smoking, but we never say addicted to reading. For that, we should use the expression devoted to. It is because devoted is used for positive things, for good things. So we talk about devoted to work, devoted to reading, devoted to one's studies, and so on. So well, I'm sure you must have understood this. Let's go to the second pair. My second pair of words is vacant and empty. These 2 words also lead more or less in the same direction, yet with different meanings, different connotations. Vacant is not filled or occupied, and we talk about vacant seats, vacant chair, we talk about vacant class. When there is no teacher, the expected teacher is not there in the class, we talk about, the vacant class, the class is going vacant. So vacant is something, which is lacking or which is wanting in the expected person or expected thing. That's vacant. Whereas empty is containing nothing. We talk about empty box, we talk about empty vessel. I'm sure you must have heard the popular saying, an empty vessel makes much noise. So that's the difference between vacant and empty. Let's quickly go to the third pair. My third pair is childish and childlike. While these 2 words also lead more or less in the same direction, they have different meanings. Childish on one hand is used in a negative sense, in a bad sense. It means silly or it means foolish. In other words, we can say that when a grown-up person behaves like a child, that's called childish. I don't like this childish behavior, that's childish. Childlike is innocent, pure, open. We talk about childlike simplicity, childlike modesty, and so on. Childlike innocence, that we can say. Strictly speaking, the term modesty should not be used with childlike, because childlike is something open, frank, candid. So these expressions can be used with childlike. So childlike simplicity is the best example that can be given. So remember to use these 2 words, childish and childlike, in an appropriate way. Well, my next pair is much similar to this one, that is womanish and womanly. Womanish is used in a bad sense. We talk about, in male's womanish walk or womanish tone. Have you observed his womanish tone while talking? Have you observed his womanish expression? Maybe we can say that when a male behaves like a woman, that is mostly talked about as womanish. That's not expected, but womanly is used in a positive sense. Womanly tenderness, maybe we can say womanly modesty here in this use. So that is the difference between womanish and womanly. The former is used in a bad sense, the latter is used in a good sense for positive things. Last but not the least, the next pair or the last pair is deny or refuse. See, these two words also lead in the same direction. They have more or less the same dictionary meaning. Yet, deny is used to, it is used to mean to declare something as untrue. It is not true. Like we talk about denial of one's involvement in something. The child denied his involvement in this matter. The criminal denied his involvement in the crime. Denied involvement means he declared that it was untrue. He was not involved in a particular crime. However, refuse is not willing to accept. You are unwilling to accept. You are refusing to accept. For example, we talk about refusal to admit, something. He refused to admit his friend in his house. He refused to talk to me. That means he was not willing to accept. He was not willing to talk to me. So refusal is something not accepting. However, denial is something that is declaring as untrue. So with these pairs of words, remember to use these pairs of words or these words and make your English effective. Improve your power of communication, both written communication and oral communication. Further, if you wish to know more of such words, let me know in the comment section, or if you have any further questions from what we have discussed, ask me in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer your queries. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.